It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From AT&T Center in San Antonio. Tonight, the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Washington Wizards. It's Spurs basketball to get this one going. Underway in Texas. Screen coming. To DeRozan. 5 to shoot for San Antonio. From the painted area, won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
To DeRozan. Trying to cash in. DeRozan with a shot that misses. Into the front court comes Wall. Lead is 2. To Beal. Here comes the screen. Beal. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well defended. To DeRozan. To Aldridge. Slam dunk. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Wizards with the basketball. Wall against White. Takes stock of the floor. Wall. Can't connect. It's no good. And scores. Strong take.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Wall across the timeline. Down 2. Driving right to the basket. To Beal. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To DeRozan. To Aldridge. Wizards grab the rebound. Into the front court. It's Wall. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Jan Mahimi at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He wants this number up. 60% career free throw shooter. Can't convert the free throw. To DeRozan. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Wall into the front court. Leads a bucket. Nice pass to get things going.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Right now, San Antonio's possession to DeRozan. Has a look. The screen sets him up for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Doesn't get the bounce. Deep three at the buzzer. A three-pointer at the buzzer is good. They can check it all they want, but that clearly was fired in time. And it gives them the lead after one quarter. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. DeRozan with a shot off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Wall picked up by DeRozan. Short jumper stays out.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
No good. Another follow. Stays out.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Count the basket inside.
There you go. I like seeing the scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It's Washington with the basketball. Wall picked up by Derek White. Goes reverse to lay it in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
DeRozan with it. Down by one. DeMar DeRozan. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Wall knocks it down from mid-range. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's DeRozan. Probing the defense. Down low, Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Nothing going here on that drive. Wall, deep right corner. To Beal. Trying to cash in. Off the mark.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
And he draws the contact. LaMarcus Aldridge will go to the line for two.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Washington basketball. Wall defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And would you like to be in the lead? Of course you would, but still, I like the fact that you got an open shot. Eventually, those will start going in.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Spurs will start the second half with a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Wizards are within striking distance at the half. Offensively, when they're in the paint, they've had success. They need to keep that up if they want to take the lead in this contest. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Field goals.
This matchup has been all about consistent offense. Each team has a solid field goal percentage, and in turn, it makes the second half all about the defense. I want to see which players step up to make the difference.
Player of the half.
LaMarcus Aldridge has been incredible around the basket, doing everything necessary to dominate on the boards.
Who was cold?
Bradley Beal hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. He's been suffering through miss after miss, and no matter what he tries, it's just not working for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Beal. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To DeRozan. Reset here. Let's see what they do. DeMar DeRozan. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Here comes the screen. Beal here against LaMarcus Aldridge. And the Spurs able to clear the rebound. To DeRozan. Knocks it down off the step back.
And while the ball was still in his hands, a sidestep throws a defender off. People aren't used to seeing that type of footwork.
Wall to Beal. Here comes the screen. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it,
Stuffs it down with authority.
that's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Beal guarded by LaMarcus Aldridge. Almost unlucky bounce. The follow won't go either. To Aldridge. Oh, he had him there for a second. LaMarcus Aldridge looking good, 4 for 5.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
To Beal. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws. DeRozan with the basketball. It's a 9-point lead. Washington has the rebound. Not that time. DeRozan with it. Looking to make something happen. To Aldridge.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter.
Can't connect from in close. Wizards at the controls. Wall to Beal. Surveys the floor. It was right there. To Aldridge. It's a big finish.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
The assist from number 4.
Wall with it up top. His guy's down 11. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Add 2 points to the board. Long key from 3/4 court. That ends the third quarter. All Spurs so far. It's the Spurs with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
Cashes in for 2.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Wall. Bradley Beal, now 3 for 9.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Derek White, defended by Wall. That's rebounded by the Wizards. Into the front court comes Wall. The deficit now up to 13. LaMarcus Aldridge swats it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired, they're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
DeMar DeRozan with the basketball. Here comes the screen. To Aldridge. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Bradley Beal trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. And he misses that one free throw. Cruises inside for 2.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Wizards have it. Wall to Beal. Has a look. And he hits.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
To Beal. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Off the mark. DeRozan with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. To Aldridge. The Spurs with 4 on the shot clock. To Aldridge. Beyond the arc for 3. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Wizards with the basketball. Beal. Probing the defense. Beal to Wall. Fight to shoot for Washington. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Derek White up against John Wall. It's the Spurs who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs were merciless in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs. The Wizards are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout.
And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future.
Check out the leading scores for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Field goals.
The San Antonio Spurs were allowed a few missteps because of how much better they shot the ball when compared to the opposition. They were rewarded for their accuracy for sure.
Player of the game.
LaMarcus Aldridge
Was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.